What's good, everybody? So I am currently, this is actually a park now. Over here is a cave where all this water is coming out. And where I'm at is actually a park, but this is on a part of the historical markers of the Trail of Tears. And I'll show you up here. There's actually a marker noting this. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Trail of Tears right there. So this entire area at one point was a camp where the Cherokee made camp here while on the trail. I brought my FLIR camera out here and I just want to do a sweep with this. I'm by myself. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I just wanted to kind of do a sweep. I'll take you guys over to the what city am I in? I'm in a small town called Princeton, Kentucky, and I only have a little bit of my gear here with me tonight. I don't know if this will let you guys see that cave over there. I'm not really sure. But what we're looking for really cold spots. You know, all that red that you see, that's the rock that's above the cave. And it was really hot here. Your grandmother was on the Trail of Tears. That was a very dirty part of our history, that's for sure. I thought that I had my, and I'll tell you what we'll do, is that we'll walk over there a little bit closer. I thought I brought more gear with me, but all I have is my millimeter, my K2. I left my SB7, but we're gonna walk across this bridge right here, and we're gonna go over there by that cave. And what I'll do is we'll do some sweeps over there. And then I'll see if I can get any hits on my millimeter. And then we'll do a couple of EVP sessions to see if we can get anything. I'm just going to walk up on this bench right here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I know there's a lot of people going live, and I appreciate you guys choosing to spend your time with me. I don't know if you can see me walking across this bridge, but there it is. There's a cave right over there. And that's where all this water's coming from. And I got to be really careful because I got my hands full and I'm walking down some stairs here. But we've got people coming into this camp too. There's a Jeep parked over there. So I'm not by myself, but I was by myself. But this town was built in the 1800s by William Prince, I believe his name was. He was a veteran of the Revolutionary War. And he had a 200-acre plot of land here, and that he eventually donated 50 acres. I'm just going to set my gear down right here. What gear I have, I don't have a lot, to be honest with you. I'm not going to set my DR down because that thing is DR60s. This recorder that I have in my pocket are going for close to $4,000 on eBay, which is stupid. Don't pay that kind of money. I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah, no problem. So what was the story? So, all right, this entire area, this has not just been a camp on the Trail of Tears. This natural spring that you guys are looking at, let me just kind of show you if you can see that. You know what I'll do? Let me get I got another phone that has a better light on it. Let me just kind of stick that on. So what this is, I don't know if that helps or not, but you guys can kind of see that this cave goes way back there, and there's just water running all out from underneath it. So this is a natural spring, right? That's kind of running through underneath this town. And this was an encampment on the Trail of Tears. So they made up a camp here. I don't know for how long they stayed in this area, but this is definitely definitely part of it. So I don't know if there's any paranormal activity here or not. I do know that this was not just used for that. Before this was all kind of built together. You know what I mean? This was a bigger area. A lot of, hunters, a lot of natives would have came to this area and used this area for camping, because Kentucky was a huge hunting especially for the Shawnee. I have Shawnee on my side of the family. The Shawnee are up in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and they would come down to Kentucky to hunt. So right now, all I'm doing is I just want to bring my FLIR down here. So you're looking at the 46 degrees. That's not reading the air temperature. I don't know what that's actually reading, because that's not reading the water temperature either, to be quite honest with you. I'm sorry that I'm breaking up, guys. I'm in a little ancient town with old buildings. I'm going to see if I can find one of these buildings to kind of investigate in. But I just wanted to come down here and just check this spot out since I was in the area, because I'm rarely ever up in Kentucky. I haven't been in Kentucky in about 3 years. And I wanted to come down and check out this spot. So in the top right corner of the FLIR is reading air temperature. So you're seeing that's fluctuating pretty heavily. I'm going to bring my millimeter out now. That's going to have a better idea but what I'm trying to do is I'm looking for really dark figures kind of showing up here. That's what we're looking for. If you guys see that, make sure you please leave a comment below that you see something, because I'm not always looking at the camera. We got kids coming into the park right now. I don't know if you guys can see them coming across there on bicycles right around the side over there. So that's what humans look like. You see those guys right there? That's what human figures look like. Those are three, looks like to be kids on bicycles. We're looking for that type of figure, but dark colors, dark blue, dark green. And that's what we're looking for. And we're just sweeping this entire area because this is where everybody was camped down at. And we'll see. If you guys see anything, make sure you just give me a comment. You believe your house is haunted? It very well could be. So there's a couple of things that I have theories on regarding hauntings. I believe that, there is the ability for our loved ones to come back and check on us. So it could very well be good energy that's coming and visiting you. And then there is residual and energy that's kind of trapped in a limbo here, from my experience anyway. So I don't know. I would think if there's anything, this is where it would be closer to being at. Like the mouth of the water that's coming out of here. And this river, if you want to call it that, creek or whatever, goes all the way back down this way. And then underneath this bridge, and then it starts to bend around, and then it goes way back over on that side over there. So not only was, this a camp for the natives, the Cherokee on the Trail of Tears, but this was also during the Civil War, an encampment here during the Civil War. There was not a battle, to my knowledge, directly here in this county or even in Western Kentucky, to my knowledge, but I'm not an expert on Civil War history. We got people shooting off fireworks here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down my FLIR. I'm going to bring out the millimeter. I'm going to just do a sweep with my mil. And then if we get any milligauss hits, then what I'll do is I will come back and I will grab my DR, and we'll see if we can get any EVPs. Look at that. Right off the bat, we're hitting 4 milligauss, 4.1, 6.6. So this thing, I have it set to, it's not super sensitive. So, I mean, if we're getting hits, and my phone will not set this off. If you guys can see that, my phone does not set it off. Look at that. So here we are at 68, 69. So that's the temperature that's going to be coming out of this here, right? So that's what we're picking up. And now we got a 9.5, 11.7 milligauss. So this thing's all over the place already. Oh. And I'm not even going to play. Like I'm getting a really weird, creepy vibe coming out of here. Coming from this area, we're at a 10.6, a 19.7, a 31.3. Holy, 53.6. Holy smokes. All right, so we're definitely getting 61.3. All right, so there's definitely a lot of energy here. Now, again, this thing runs underneath the town. There shouldn't be anything. Now we're down to 0. Look at that. There shouldn't be anything that should be setting off my mel. So I'm going to set my millimeter here. We're at 69 degrees on that. It is a little cool out here in this town tonight. I think it was around the 70s, if I remember correctly. I'm going to go grab my K2 really quick as well. We'll put 2 different type of EMF detectors here to see if we get anything. And I'm by myself, guys. I'm up here dropping off my kids because I'm originally from Kentucky. I'm up here dropping off my kids, so I don't have all my gear with me. I don't have none of my team members up here. Typically, I would be out with War Party Paranormal. If you guys don't know who we are, you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram. I'm going to set my K2 down here. And look at that. We're getting K2 spikes like crazy already. So K2 and Mel to check our milligauss. And now we're setting at 0.0. Still at 69.9 and no spikes on the milligauss. When we were getting heavy pings up to 61.3 on the Mel a second ago. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out my DR60 and I'm going to see if I can get an EVP. Is there anybody in the chat that, if you want me to go check something out, I'm here for a couple more days. And if you're in the Western Kentucky area, I can be happy to link up with you. I'm actually linking up with Paranormal Amy and Spooky Communications tomorrow. We're doing a joint investigation together. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if you guys know Paranormal Amy or not. Okay, so here, this is my DR60, or our DR60. If you guys know about this recorder, then you know how good of an EVP recorder it is. If you don't know about this recorder, this is what Zach Bagans and all the big ghost show uses. It was discontinued in 1998 when they released these. They had a big recall on them, and people were having other voices come through when they were talking. So what's going to happen here? I have this thing set to voice activation. So what I'm afraid is going to happen is that when I go to start recording, all that water that you hear is going to give us a bad reading. But I'm going to give it a one shot and see if we can get anything. So I'm going to set it here with my K2. That way, if we get any EVPs, we're going to feel it. We're going to see it with our K2 starting to ping right now. Let me move this over a little bit. All right. Now just hit record. All right, I'm going to flip it this way so I can see the red light. If there's any energy in this space, you want to come through and speak to me, I'm here to speak with you. I have some devices here that's in front of me that will be able to let me know you're here. Test. It's a lot of just that water.
Hey,
Thanks for all the likes, guys. I appreciate that. Where at in Northern Kentucky are you? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move out of this area. I'm going to move over to a space that we're not going to get all this running water kind of giving us feedback on all this stuff. Let me get onto this, get this picked up. But we had a super huge milligas spike over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over this way. We got people here. What I'll do is I'll set my gear up over here and see if we can get anything between these two. I mean, I don't know what these buildings were at all. But let's see if we got anything over here. So we're at 69 degrees. We got 23, hit a 23 on the milligauss on the Mel. K2 is not moving at all. 28, so 94. Are you 142? That's the biggest spike I've ever seen in my life on that thing. And that went straight to 0. That's kind of crazy. All right, let me set this down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my recorder down. I'm going to walk away because that seems to be something that really helps out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if there's any energy in this space, I've come here to communicate with you tonight. I have left this recorder here. This will hear you. Come and speak with it, and we can hear what you're trying to say to us. I'm going to hit record. I'm going to walk away. And the reason why I walk away is because I believe that some spirits may be afraid to come up and speak to me directly. So I want to just kind of give that energy a couple of questions and then walk out of that space. But I would love to know what was here. So on top of this cliff is where William Prince built his home. So all of this here was his property. 200 acres of his was his property, all of this around here. And he had his home built up on this ledge, up on this cliff right here. I'm in a small town called Princeton, Kentucky. It's a little town. Very small. I think it's like 7,500 people here. Small little town. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's where I'm actually from Kentucky, but I've been in Fort Lauderdale for 25 years. And yeah, this is way slow paced life. Man, it's beautiful actually. No traffic up here, no crazy people up here. It's beautiful. I want to go maybe walk up into this town. All right, let's go see if we got anything that's hit on our recorder. Again, we have some people shooting off fireworks. There's something right there, right off the bat. That could be me. Holy smokes. That's not me. That's definitely something trying to communicate with us. I'm going to read it back a couple of seconds here. We're going back down to 25 seconds. I cannot make out what it's trying to say. All right, so we definitely got something there. Obviously, I could not make out what the hell it said. And that's the problem with these DR60s. I mean, we do catch a lot of EVPs with them, but they're not very good Class A or not even Class B EVPs. So I do get Class A's on this quite a bit, but not all the time. So I'm going to record again. I'm going to say, I think you're trying to communicate with me. Thank you so very much. Can you speak a little slower? Use the energy around you to try to come through. You may not enter my body. You are able to use my energy. You can use my energy to come through. But speak directly to this, and I'll be able to hear you. I'm getting a little sick to my stomach right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to hit record and walk away. We're at 27 and the K2's going off. All right, so we just had a hit on the K2 and the millimeter spike up 27, and my stomach is feeling a little nauseous. So I'm going to be really quiet, or try to be really quiet right here. And we're just going to... You're in Kentucky too, Kat? That's awesome. I love Kentucky. This is a fantastic little state. So we just hit that's a big boom from some fireworks going off. A lot of patriotism in these little towns. Okay. Yes, Sulani, I am here. If I'm saying your name, Sulain, I'm sorry if I'm messing your name up, but I am here by myself. There's a couple sitting over here on a bench behind me, but I'm in this location by myself. All my team is still in Florida. All right, so let's go up here again and see if we got anything. I do have my ST10 in my pocket, so I may put that down too. I don't know if I hit record on that time. I don't think I did. I didn't. What a fail. That was an absolute fail. All right, so let's go up here a little bit higher. And that way I'm going to get away from all of the absolute noise that's around me. I'm going to be in between these two buildings. So the way that these buildings are made leads me to believe that there may have been a building here at one point. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it was ever here, if that's ever the case. But I'm guessing at some time in the history of this town that there was a building here. So we'll just leave my recorder here. I'm going to hit record again. And let's see if we catch anything. If you're in this space, I would love to speak with you. I have a recorder right there in front of me. You can come talk to it. Can you tell me your name, please? I got a car going through. Are you okay with me being in your space? Do you want me to leave? I just saw something up on the top of the hill there. How many spirits are here with me right now? I don't know if we got anything with that. I have this thing set to voice activation. So we have about 30 seconds of recording on here. So let's see if we got anything. Some car going by. There's something right there. It's very faint. Clarkson, I'm in a small town called Princeton, Kentucky. I think it's saying, yes, it's okay. Or yes, it's okay. I'm okay. I can't really make that out.
Okay, spirits are here with me right now.
7. So that was pretty clear.
Do you want me to leave? Okay, spirits are here with me right now.
7. So we have 7. All right. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's what you guys heard, but that I heard 7 when I asked how many spirits are here in this space. All right, so let's keep it going. I'm going to bring my millimeter up here too and see if we can get anything going on the mel and the K2 to kind of give us some collaboration that we are getting some spikes. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. A lot of people going live right now on a Saturday night. And to all the fathers out there, I want to wish you all a happy early Father's Day. I too am a father, and it's a very special day. And to all the single moms out there that's holding it down as well, that's pulling double roles. You guys are legends. I don't know how in the hell you guys do it. Absolutely impressive. My wife was sick for a week, and I thought I was going to die trying to hold it down by myself. You guys heard that? That's cool. All right, so we're going to keep it going. If you guys have a question you want me to ask, you can drop it in the comments below. I'm happy to ask those questions too. Thank you for the happy Father's Day. All right. So now we've got 2. We have 2 meters. We have the K2 and a millimeter as well. So we're going to keep an eye on those to see if these things spike while we're getting an EVP. Thank you guys for all of that. I really appreciate that. Look, K2 spiking right now. So I think you told me, now I'm getting goosebumps. I think you just told me that there's 7 spirits here. Can you confirm that? Yes or no? Can you give me a name? Are you young or old? If you want me to leave, say leave. All right. Man, I didn't hit record again, guys. I'm having an absolute fail tonight. Oh, no, I'm going to have to ask those questions and go. Dang it. So sorry. All right, so we're going to have to ask those questions again. But we did get a little K2 spike. We are recording now. The red light's on. You told me that there's 7 spirits here. Can you give me a name, please? Are you young or old? Are you evil? Are you connected to this space, or are you from the ground? So, your Clarkness, yes, I do have the spirit box. I thought I brought my spirit box with me. That's actually my favorite piece to use. I use it a little bit differently than other investigators. I combine it with my my Sony ST10 because when you're using a spirit box, when you're going through a sweep, it tends to go really fast and it's hard to hear the responses. So what I do is that I actually record the session with my ST10 and I play it back really, really slow so you can hear what the responses are. And when you do that, you hear so much more. You hear the little nuances that make up the response. That it's amazing. I actually have a video on my profile that you guys can go check out. Are you a child? I definitely will ask that question. That you can go check out and hear that. But let me see if we got anything with that last EVP session.
We are recording now with my phone. You told me that there's 7 spirits here. Can you give me a name, please?
That's that car going by.
Are you young or old?
That's a car going by. That was a car that was going by up top.
Are you young or old?
So it's trying to talk.
Are you evil? Are you connected to this space or are you from the ground?
So I could not make out what it was trying to say there. And the reason why I asked my questions and I put pauses between them is to look, the K2's going off. We just had a K2 spike. And my phone will set the K2 off, but not at this distance. Like I'm probably 4 feet from it. Maybe a little bit more. And excuse me, I've been a little bit under the weather. Hopefully I haven't had COVID. I don't think it's COVID. Just a upper chest infection maybe. All right, let's keep this moving because we're definitely getting some responses. K2, look, the K2 pinging right now. Can you guys see that? I don't know what's going on with this. There. K2's pinging. I'm gonna let this car pass. I do know that there was a death real close to here. A lady did burn up in one of these townhomes. She died in a house fire, and she was living in an apartment in one of these buildings up top. And I'll take you guys downtown this little, I'll walk down the street and I'll kind of show you guys this town so you guys can see it. All right, but I'm going to ask, you guys have put some good questions here, so I'm going to ask some questions, all right? If this energy's here as a child, I would love to talk to you. I would love to try to help you. Are you here with me? Are you hurt? Are you in damage? This car is going. Do you need me to pray for you? I can help you. Are you a boy or a girl? Can you see me? Thanks for the questions, guys. I did see some more pop up there. I'll ask them on the next burst session here really quick. Let's see what we got on this.
This energy's here as a child. I would love to talk to you. I would love to try to help you. Are you here with me? Are you hurt? Are you in damage? Do you need me to pray for you? I can help you.
So,
Are you a boy or a girl? Can you?
what was that? Oh my goodness. All right, so we got two really good EVPs right there.
Are you a boy or a girl? Can you see me?
So we got a boy and a yes.
Are you a boy or a girl? Can you see me?
boy, yes.
I did see some work pop up there. Awesome. On the next first session here real quick.
And there was something right there in the beginning of that too. I'm going to play that again. There was something, it's very, very faint, but it was definitely trying to talk to us.
This energy here is a child. I would love to talk to you. I would love to try to help you. Are you here with me? Are you hurt? Are you in damage? Do you need me to pray for you? I can help you. Are you a boy or a girl? Can you see me?
That may be a yes. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's here, listening to it again. I'm questioning it a little bit, but let's do this. I'm going to take you guys to the top. I'm going to show you this town that we're in. And let me just kind of grab my gear a little bit. I just don't want to leave it setting out. I'm not that I'm worried about it being stolen in this little town, but I'm going to kind of show you where I'm at and how awesome this little town is. And maybe we will walk up here and do a little burst session. So check this out. It's a small little town. Like, this is the main street right here. This is the main road, and it's a beautiful night. Like, it's in the lower 70s. You got the VFW right here. But a lot of these buildings are ancient. Like, I say ancient, but like, you're talking about these towns, late 1800s, early 1900s. A lot of these buildings have been here for a very long time. Princeton Art Guild. You heard yes? I mean, and some of these buildings are sitting empty. If you guys can see in there, I would love to get in one of these buildings and just kind of see what the history was in these places. But I mean, this is a beautiful little town. I mean, look at this. How cool is this, huh? And we'll walk back down to the park here in a second, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick look at the courthouse, right? Big courthouse square. And so, see how all of these buildings are side by side by side? That's what makes me think that there was a building there. Now, I was told that one of these buildings caught on fire, and a lady did die in that fire, unfortunately. In this building here, I mean, look at all these little towns, man, they're dying because, I mean, there's a big Walmart in this town, so that tells you a lot about that. But looks like there was a building here too at some point. And we'll just kind of do a quick walk all the way around that. But there's got to be all kinds of history in this town. It is beautiful. Mike, this is a small town called Princeton, Kentucky. It's in western Kentucky. The town is about, I don't know, 7,000 people, 7,500 people. I'm only here for a few days, or in western Kentucky for a few days. And if you guys like paranormal content and stuff like that, that's pretty much all I do. Tomorrow night, I will be going live again. I'm linking up with two, I guess, bigger TikToker people on TikTok, Paranormal Amy and Spooky Communications. They're actually ghost hunters and paranormal investigators that are in Kentucky. And we're friends on TikTok, and I told them I was going to be in the area. And I would love to hook up with them and do an investigation. And so they agreed. So they're actually coming and meeting up with me, and we're going to go check out a couple of locations that we have set up and see if we can investigate the paranormal. This here, I think, was an old tavern, and I heard that somebody got shot here. There was a murder here, believe it or not, in this little town. I don't know how long ago that was, but, and you know, there may not be any paranormal here at all, you know what I mean? But, you know, you're looking at a town that was pretty much built on top of a area that Native Americans called home, that Native Americans hunted in. And you know, I don't know if that's going to cause any energy or not, but I would think that it's definitely going to help the case. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a little quick tour of this little town. And for those that are just joining me, I'll show you this historical marker right up here, kind of telling you about the Trail of Tears. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but I'll show you this. Maybe I'll shine a light on it so you guys can see. But let me back up here, grab my other phone, shine a light so you guys can see that. There you go. So there's this road that's just outside of this town called Varmint Trace. You're in Indiana, Mike? That's awesome. I don't know what time tomorrow we're hooking up. They're going to give me a call. I would think probably about this time tomorrow night, you know, between 9 and 10:30, 11:30, somewhere around there. But maybe even go a little earlier, because there's a couple of locations that we're trying to get to. But again, this was, here's the marker for the actual town. And this is where I got my information really quickly from, was just this little history marker. Shady Hall, Princeton, Shady Hall, 2-story home that stood on top of that bluff where that cave was at, where I just showing you guys. Hi from South Carolina, how you doing? Anyway, 1798, is a 200-acre Revolutionary War veteran. And Eddy Creek is a lake that is probably, I don't know, 8 miles from here. And in 1817, so that's how old this, we're over 200 years old in this town. And so I don't know how, I would assume that these buildings are not too far behind that. So there's definitely a lot of history here. And yeah, a lot of madness, a lot of stuff's going on. So what I'll do is, we were getting a lot of activity over there. I'm going to go back over to this corner on this side a little bit and see if we can get anything coming through on EVPs over there. How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, I'm all right. So we got a couple sitting behind us. So again, so look here. So here's some steps. I don't know what those were going to. I don't know if that was part of where this house set. Maybe up in this area, possibly. And again, it's back over here is where that cave is at. So in theory, I mean, look at this. You know what I mean? What's that about? You know what I mean? Like that's, you know, obviously that somebody put something here. So there was something definitely built here. Because, I mean, that looks like there was cement kind of keeping all that together. I have no idea. But this, and there's a theory that running water helps. It's like a battery charging the paranormal up, right? So we would think that with all this, the history of this particular area, with all the water that's coming through here, that this place would have some type of paranormal activity here. So we're trying to document that tonight, or at least get a little bit of foresight on that. Insight in, excuse me. Let me turn my mail back on, see if we get any spikes. We're at 1.3, so really that's very low on compared to what I'm usually getting here. I'll set my recorder down here again, and we'll see if we can get anything going. So if there's any energy in this space, I would really love to talk to you. There's a lot of history here. My name is John. I've came all the way from Florida to talk to you. Can you tell me your name? Are you stuck in this space? I'm definitely hearing the people from the back. Do you want me to leave? We were getting stuff there, but there's some people talking up over here around my left shoulder, so I don't know if that has anything to do with what we're going to hear. I did press record. Thank you so very much for reminding me.
So if there's any energy in this space, I would really love to talk to you. There's a lot of nature here. My name is John. I came all the way from Florida to talk to you. Can you tell me your name? Are you stuck in this space?
What was that?
My name is John. I came all the way from Florida to talk to you. Can you tell me your name? Are you stuck in this space?
Right there. It just told me to F you, I think.
My name is John. I came all the way from Florida to talk to you. Can you tell me your name? Are you stuck in this space?
Wow. That wasn't the people behind me.
You want me to leave?
So I think it just said F you to me. Ask if they live there. Okay. Move the phone to the left. All right. I'm sure Virginia is a beautiful place too. I have friends in South Carolina. They do love it there. But you know, different strokes for different folks. That's for sure. You know, I love living in Florida, but you know, it's getting really crowded down there. I mean, extremely crowded. There's a housing shortage. There's work to be had down there, but there's no people down there to do the work, which I guess is the case all over this country at the moment. But anyway, I want to play that one more time, guys, and see if you guys can make out what it's trying to say to me. I'm thinking it's saying F you, but it's actually saying the full word.
So if there's any energy in this space, I would really love to talk to you. There's a lot of nature here. My name is John. I came all the way from Florida to talk to you. Can you tell me your name? Are you stuck in this space?
Right there. I can't make it out.
You want me to leave?
All right, I think I may be getting some bleed over from the couple that's sitting behind me, and I do need to go back over there and get my case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my gear. I'm going to walk over to the other side, and then I'm going to come back around to the other side over here. And let's see what's back in this corner over here, where it's dark and it's spooky. All right, let me come over here and grab my gear. And then what we'll do is we'll head over here down the river a little bit, because I'm sure that when the Seminole were camping here, or excuse me, the Cherokee were camping here, that they all just didn't congregate in this one area. So let's follow the creek down around and see if we can find out if there's any energy down the way a little bit. Just got to come grab my case really quick and my cord. I feel so lost without my gear bag, man, and all my gear. Like typically I run with SLS cameras. I have paranormal pumps. I've got portals. I carry everything with me, and I traveled really light because I was only going to be up here a couple of days and I didn't want to bring everything that I had in my arsenal. So I just grabbed some of my go-tos, my SB7 and my DR. All right, let's walk up here. I may talk to these local people here and ask them if they know of any area or anything that may be haunted or located here. We'll walk just down this space over here, away from people, so that we can definitely hear and get away from any bleed over. So what does that say there? It says Big Springs. Okay, so here's another sign that's kind of telling us a little bit about this area. So this is Big Springs. So check it out. So this is the Big Springs Cherokee campsite. I have no idea what this is here on top. If any of you guys know what that means, I would love you to tell me. Trail of Tears National Historical Trail. So all of this here, this entire area was part of this here. What's up, guys? So now people are really starting to shoot off fireworks, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. And this looks like there's a tombstone or a marker or something over here. I don't know what that is, but I can see it. Or a big rock. I don't know what this is. I don't know. You guys can't see. I'm going to have to turn some light on for you. I got a little bit of light from my millimeter here. Oh yeah. Definitely a marker. This park is given in memory of Donnie Harrelson. 1965, 1993. So this is a dedication memorial here. Yeah, definitely early for fireworks, man, but you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm in a different part of this campsite now. And obviously there's a memorial marker here. I'm not going to try to reach out to whoever that person is. I'm sure they're resting in peace. And there's a guy just doing some hillbilly stuff right there. But what I'll do is I will put my gear down here and we'll see if we can get anything come through. I'm going to throw my K2 just on the floor. I'm going to put my millimeter up. See if you guys can see that. Okay, thank you so much, Starlight, for that. I thought that might be the case, but I don't obviously know the Cherokee language, but that's beautiful. But at least they're doing something like that, you know what I mean, out of the honor. So the K2's pinging a little bit. Millimeter, let me kick that on so I can see. There we go. So it's 68.3 degrees on the ground. We just had a 27 milligauss spike. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my recorder down. I'm going to make sure I hit record this time by my gear and see if we can get anything come through. We got cars driving around us, and then I'm going to bring my FLIR out and also do a FLIR sweep while we're doing all of this. So we're going to have 4 things going at the same time. We got the millimeter going, we have the K2 going, we got a DR60 recording, and we're going to do a FLIR sweep, see if we got anything happening. All right, make sure that I hit record, John. Uh-oh, there we go. All right, let me turn this on. Ooh, I just stepped off in a hole. There we are. Now, if you're in this space, I would really, really love to speak with you. I don't know what that red spot is right there. That's kind of crazy. Can you tell me your name, please? repeat, the reason why I'm called Ghost Dad is that I have 2 kids, and they do come out with me every now and then at very, very light locations. If you can walk up to this and speak to that recorder on the ground, tell me your name. Are you stuck in this space? If you walk up to me, I may be able to see you. I would love to speak with you. Can you see me? Okay. All right, let's see if we got anything, guys. All right, I'm gonna just sit here and see if I can play this back for you. Sorry that my lighting is trash right now. It's fireworks.
There we are. Now, if you're in this space, I would really, really love to speak with you. I don't know what that red spot is right there. That's kind of crazy. Can you tell me your name, please?
Get out. That's what that said.
If you can walk up to this, speak to that recorder on the ground, tell me your name.
I can't.
Are you stuck in this space?
No.
If you walk up to me, I may be able to see you. I would love to speak with you. Can you see me? Okay.
All right, so I think there's a pretty pronounced get out. I'm gonna play it again one more time.
Alright, let me turn this off. Stepped off in a hole. There we are. Now, if you're in this space, I would really, really love.
Thank you for all the likes,
I
guys.
don't know what that red spot is right there. That's kind of crazy. Can you tell me your name, please?
Get out. That's definitely telling me to get out.
Speak with you. I don't know what that red spot is right there. That's kind of crazy. Can you tell me your name, please?
Get out. All right, so I get that every now and then. And whenever I do, hold on.
If you can walk up to this, speak to that recorder on the ground.
I just felt something just run up on me. I heard footsteps like run up on me.
If you walk up to me, I may be able to see you. I would love to speak with you. Can you see me?
I don't know. Wow, look at that. Look at that. How long have I been doing this? I started investigating the paranormal pretty seriously in 2008. And not to sound morbid, I am going to leave this space though, because when energy does tell me to get out, I respect it. I don't want anything following me. I've had attachments before, and it's absolutely not fun. So I'm going to move, and I just got a big whiff of some kind of like smoke, like camp smoke or cigar smoke just now. Whenever I have energy tells me that wants me to get out or leave, I leave that space. I move, and now I feel like I feel goosebumps on my back as I'm walking out of that space. I'm walking out of that space right now. Whew. That's very, very strange. So yeah, whatever's in that space there definitely does not want me in that space. I'm not a sensitive by no means, but I had definite ghosts, like cold spots on my back and on my neck. And I heard something run up to me just in that space over there. So we're going to get out of that space for a little bit. I'm going to come over here. I don't know what the heck I'm standing on. It's like a giant, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I don't really have a good flashlight on me, but it's a giant, looks like there may have been a silo or something here at one point. Let me get my other light and I'll show you where I'm at. I'm at a 90 milligauss spike just now. All right, so if you guys can see that, it's a giant circle right here. I have no idea what was setting here at one point, but you can kind of see that there's a base right here. I'm at a small town called Princeton, Kentucky. Matt, that's where I'm at. And yeah, whatever's in that space over there is definitely does not want me in that space. So we're getting out of that space, and we're just coming over here to this area here. Let's see, and we have some locals yelling at me. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep going here. If you guys are just joining me, I just got a pretty clear EVP that told me to get out. So we moved out of that space. We just come over here. I'm going to set up my gear just here and see if we can do a couple more EVPs. And then see what else we're going to do. Again, I'm in this little town up in Princeton, Kentucky. Town of about 7,500 people. And let me set my recorder down. If you guys have questions, you want me to ask any questions, just drop them in the comments below, and I will be happy to ask them. You guys can be part of the investigation. I love involving everybody that's hanging out with me tonight. So if you're curious, if you have any questions, just leave them below, and we'll be sure to ask them. All right, so we're recording. Did you just tell me to get out of that space there? Am I bothering you here? I come with respect and dignity to you. All I want to do is communicate. But if you do not want me here, you can tell me to leave, and I will leave your space. All right. We're going to stop. All right.
Recording. Did you just tell me to get out of that space there?
Yes.
Am I bothering you here? I come with respect and dignity to you. All I want to do is communicate. But if you do not want me here, you can tell me to leave, and I will leave your space.
So there was something right at the beginning, right at the beginning, but I couldn't make that. I'm going to play just the beginning again really quickly.
All right, so we're recording. Did you just tell me to get out of that space there? bothering you here?
I don't know. I don't think that's anything.
Just tell me to get out of that space there.
No.
I'm bothering you here. I come with respect and dignity to you. All I want to do is communicate. But if you do not want me here, you can tell me.
So I don't know what we're speaking with there. But if you guys are just now joining us, we did get a confirmation that about 25 minutes ago we had about 7 spirits that was with us, or that was in our presence. I don't know if they're still with us now or not. We just I have 184 spike, 274, 140 on the millimeter. Now my phone will not set the mil off. My phone will set the K2 off, but my phone will not set the mil off. Let me move it out of the way. So if you guys can look at that, let's do this. I'll try to back up and then zoom in a little bit. So we're at a 9, at a 6, at a 3. Now we're at 220, 37, 38, 39. Are you making the millimeter go up? Take it to 60 if you're here. If you're messing with that, take the millimeter to 60. 20. Go to 60, please. 40. 60, please. If that's you. If you want me to leave, take it to 60. 60. You're at 50. You're at 90. 110. 100. I need 60. If you want me to stay, make it go to 60. If you want me to stay, I want to see 60. That's very weird that we're getting that kind of fluctuation on the millimeter on the K2. If you can make the K2 go off, can you make it go to yellow? It's crazy that we're getting hits on the mel, but no hits on the K2 when the mel's going off, because both of them are measuring EMF. EMF is electronic magnetic frequency. Those gunshots are actually somebody shooting off fireworks, Karen. I'm in a small town called Princeton, and somebody over here, over these buildings that are in front of me, over in a neighborhood right over there, is shooting those off. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip back around with the FLIR back into that, and I'm going to shoot into that space that we were just in a minute ago and see if we can find so I'm going to leave my gear behind me. I'm just going to walk over here real quick back. So we just got told to get out of this space about 5 minutes ago. Definitely told us to get out. We're just going to see if we can see anything come up. We're looking for dark spots, guys. Dark spots. The reds, the yellows, the whites, that's all heat. We're looking for the dark blues and the purples and the deeper greens. So if you guys see any of that, then please let me know. You just told me to leave this space. Can you come up to me? Can you come up to my camera? Can you show me what you look like? Thank you, Karen. My mama raised me right. I have 2 sons that I try to lead by example. So we just want to always be nice people, man. I mean, that's what this world needs, is nice folks. Wow, look how dark it got over here. The dark blues. Oh, look at that. What is that right there? Okay, no. That's nothing. That's nothing. All right. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. I'm not even going to play. That did freak me out just a little bit. So if you're here in this space, I want you to come up and stand in front of me. Can you stand in front of me? And I can see you. Just stand right in front of me, please. There's something going on over here. I'm not really sure what that is. Okay. I'm going to leave your space, but I would love for you to show yourself to me. Just step out from behind a tree or wherever you're hiding. Wow, look at that. Everything just went blue. Now we're calibrating. Thank you guys for all the likes. I really appreciate that so much. You guys are legends. And again, thank you for spending your time with me tonight. There's a lot of people on this platform that go live every night. And I'm just a regular guy out here just trying to see what happens when we die. That's kind of creepy right there, huh? It looks like a figure right there. But we're not looking for red. We're looking for blue. I wonder what that is. If that moves, I'm gonna pass out right here on this live. You guys can guarantee you that. That's white hot. Is that a tree? Okay, so there's got to be a tree there, right? I don't see a tree there though. Oh yes, no, there's a tree there. Okay, all right, thank you. I'm getting freaked out over a tree over here, man. My gosh, that's unbelievable. All right, so there's a trail here too. Look at that, like a pathway. You see that? Is there a trail here? Let's see. Okay, yeah, there definitely is a trail here. It's hard for me to see because it's dark over here. And anyway, we're right back in the spot that we got told to get out. So I'm going to go back over to my gear. And what I'll do is I'm going to go up here to this building right here and just to the outside. And I'm going to put my gear over here by that just really quickly. And look, you guys can see this building here. If you can see that or not. There you go. It's a very old building. There's a lot of heat on it, I guess from the sun, a lot of sun on it today. And see if we can get anything that wants to come through and talk to us that may be in here. It's a spooky tree for sure. That tree had me freaked out, man. I'm not even playing. I was freaking out. All right, so let's run over here really quick. And I don't want to get too close in case there's like an alarm system or something like that. I'm not trying to go to jail or set that off and have these small town cops come and mess with me. Out of town guy. Got a 56. So the 314 on the millimeter, 200 on the mil. That thing is jumping. The K2's not jumping, but that may be because my phone's close by. But my phone will definitely not set the mil off. It will not do that. I've got it calibrated down to where my phone won't do that. That way I can go live on these TikToks and not get any false readings on my millimeter. All right, so we're going to walk over here really quick. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Let me turn this flashlight on my other phone. Somebody asked me about the Necrophonics app earlier, and I'm sorry I didn't answer that question. That Necrophonics is about the only phone app that if I was going to use during an investigation, it would be that. So it does say that I am on a security camera right there. So I'm getting lit up. So what I'm going to do is not go any further because I'm trying not to get on a security camera and go to jail. So anyway, we'll just keep on walking, maybe go down a little bit further and check out this building. I may be in the news, the local newspaper here. Some creepy guy walked up on this building, but I don't know. But I don't know, man. Like I said, you know, all this is old stuff. I mean, these bricks here, though, this all looks new. This isn't old. This can't be old. And I may be trespassing right now, so I got to be really careful. What I may do is just go back up to where I was getting those EVPs earlier. Let's do that. So I was in this space up here, and we were getting some really good EVPs. I got told how many spirits are in this space, and I was told 7. And I mean, look at this. Here's another. Are these more stairs? I don't know what this is. So this is old. Oh, look, there's some kind of a wire down here. There's more stairs. This is different steps than what we were on. So I heard something over there. These things look a little sketchy. Not as sketchy as the other ones, though. So we'll go here and see if we'll leave our gear here and see if we can get anything come and talk to us here. So we're at a 17 spike. It's holding at 17 milligauss in the middle of this. So there may be something going on between these two buildings. I'll set my recorder there. Hit record. Okay, so I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. You guys, if you want to talk to me, here's your chance. If there's any energy, any spirits, anybody that wants to talk, please come through now. Can you see me? Yes or no? Do you want me to leave this space? Yes or no? How many spirits are in this space? Spirit, do you have a name? Car going by.
Do you want me to leave this space? Yes or no? How many spirits are in this space?
Something was there. Sound like.
Do you have a name?
Gave us a name. So we got 3 EVPs there. I'm going to play them again. We got cars driving by. We got hit. I'm at 41 on the mail meter over here. So whatever's in this space is still in this space. Excuse me. Goodness.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to wrap it up soon. You guys, if you want to talk to me, here's your chance. So any energy, any spirits, anybody that wants to talk, please come through now. Can you see me? Yes or no?
I think it's saying no when I ask you want me to leave this space.
Do you want me to leave this space? Yes or no? How many
Or maybe another get out.
Do you have a name?
I cannot make it out. I think it said, when I asked how many spirits are here, it said 14. Very, very faint though. I'm going to play it one more time, guys.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have to
And Karen, you're right. It did say no, and it did say 7. So that's we had 7 spirits earlier, about 40 minutes ago, and we're getting 7 spirits now. So, and I'm my stomach is starting to feel a little nauseous again. So I think that they've been with us all night. I don't know what that energy was down here that wanted us to leave, but that energy seems to be different to this energy. That down there seemed like I was invading some very sacred space, right? Maybe it was to whoever that park is dedicated to. I'm not sure, but it specifically told me to get out. And this here seems like it's wanting to communicate with me a little bit more. So I'm going to try to communicate with a little bit more and see if we can get any more information about who these people are or where they come from, or if they were born here, if they lived here. If you guys have questions, please drop them in the comments below and I will be happy to ask them. All right, one quick thing, guys. I'm going to turn the light out, but right here on the recorder, you're going to see the red light flashing, right? When it's flashing, we're not catching anything. But when you see that red light light up and stay lit or kind of flicker, then we're catching an EVP at that moment. This is the DR60. I have it set to voice activation, so that flash, when it's flashing like this, we're not catching an EVP. But when it's solid, we're catching an EVP. I'm going to turn the light out. That way you guys can see the red light flashing. And that's not the red light. That's the millimeter. And the millimeter is pinging like crazy right now. I don't know what's going on with that thing. That thing's been going crazy all night. You see how it's flashing? And when I'm talking, it's staying lit. When it's staying lit, that means it's recording. Flashing is not recording. Okay, I think I heard you come through. You want me to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to communicate with you very much. I know there's 7 of you that's been here. Can one of you please tell me your name? Do you live in this town, or are you from this town? What year were you born? Are you happy in this space? Okay, guys. So you guys could see that light flashing on and off. So that's what we're looking for when we're recording with this recorder here, the DR60. And I think we did catch some EVPs there. Let's see if we got answers to our questions. Again, up on top, there's cars. There's a road up here, and we're getting cars going by. So when a car goes by, it'll record that, and that'll make the thing go lit. But let's see what we got.
Not flashing, and when I'm talking, it's staying lit. When it's staying lit, that means it's recording. Flashing is not recording. Okay, I think I heard you come through. You want me to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to communicate with you very much. I know there's 7 of you that's been here. Can one of you please tell me your name? Do you live in this town, or are you from this town?
Yes.
What year were you born?
1907? Hold on. Hold on.
What? Do you live in this town, or are you from this town?
I think it said a different town.
Do you live in this town, or are you from this town?
There's a 3-syllable EVP right there.
Do you live in this town, or are you from this town? What year were you born?
There's a 1907.
What year were you born? Are you happy in this space? Okay, guys. So you guys,
I just flipped my camera around. I don't know how I did that.
you guys can see that.
This is me, guys. Hello. I don't know how I flipped my camera around, but let me see if I can flip it back around really quick. All right. It's a pleasure meeting all you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. I wasn't planning on being on camera tonight, but I'm saying hello now. So, and I do have some kind of cough going on. Not from here in 67. Thank you, Kat. You guys are probably hearing this a lot better than I am because you're getting that filtration through this speaker on my phone. I'm running an iPhone 12 that this is on, and these speakers, these microphones that are on these phones are high dense or high fidelity type mics. They feel a lot of filtration going through them, so you guys are getting that fuzz, some of that fuzz filtered out. And I don't know how to flip my phone back around. Let me see if I can figure that out. I really don't know how to do that. But anyway, I have to close the live anyway. I've got to wrap it up. It's 11:11 here in Kentucky. It's 12:11 where I'm from, and I have my kids over at the grandparents, so I need to get back there. But I did want to come down to this place and check it out. And you guys have hung out with me all night. A lot of you in here, Kat and Karen, and you guys, and I really appreciate that. What was your name again? I'm sorry, like Sulani, I think was your name. You guys hung out with me all night, so thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know how long this live's been going, but it's going for quite a while now. And you guys are all legends. Make sure you check us out tomorrow night. Go look for Paranormal Amy and Spooky Communications. They're here on TikTok. I will be linking up with them tomorrow night at some point. And we have 2 locations planned for investigating. One is a Revolutionary War cemetery out in the middle of the woods, like it's an abandoned cemetery. I don't really like investigating cemeteries. Again, I think the people that are in cemeteries are there for thank you so much, Mama Gorgon, for hanging out. If I say your name wrong, I apologize. But I don't really like investigating cemeteries because I believe that people are there for rest. But I also have gotten communication in cemeteries for people who have may just been there forever and are just happy that somebody comes around, and says hello. And anyway, thank you so much. You guys have a good night, and God bless. Ciao.